Sometimes the loudest thing you can say is nothing at all. Darling, listen closely. There will come a day when someone will speak to you like your spirit is small, like your worth is negotiable, like your presence is replaceable, and in that moment your anger will rise, your pride will flare, but your silence, your holy, steady silence, will speak louder than your tongue ever could. Silence is not weakness. Silence is not surrender. Silence is a declaration that your peace is too expensive to be touched by fools. There are moments in life when your soul whispers, don't fight back or clap back. Just let the disrespect echo back to the one who threw it. Because the truth is simple. The moment you argue with disrespect, you step down to its level. But the moment you rise in silence, you turn your dignity into thunder. When someone disrespects you, they don't hurt your character. They reveal their own. You do not need to explain your worth. You do not need to debate your value. You do not need to convince anyone that you are deserving of gentleness. You are not here to educate every lost soul. You are here to protect your own. Silence, my dear, is a teacher. It teaches the other person. I see what you did, but I will not bend. I will not shrink. I will not lose myself trying to prove myself. Silence teaches self-control. Silence teaches self-respect. Silence teaches distance without bitterness. Because what many people don't understand is this. Your reaction is their fuel. Your hurt is their entertainment. Your anger is their victory. But when you stay silent, when you rise with calmness, when you walk away without a bruise on your spirit, you take all the power back. You see, every queen must learn the art of leaving without noise. Every king must master the wisdom of peace. Every soul must learn that not every battle is worthy of your breath. Silence is you telling the universe, I choose myself, I choose my peace, I choose to walk where love speaks gently. And when you stay silent after disrespect, something magical happens. They realize you were never the fragile one. You were the strong one. They realized you were never the desperate one. You were the destined one. They realized losing you was not a small mistake. It was a lifetime lesson. Silence carries a power you cannot measure. It's the kind of power that echoes long after you're gone. The kind of power that makes them replay their actions and wish they had handled you differently. So my love, when disrespect comes, don't let it reduce you. Don't let it define you. Don't let it push you into pettiness. Just straighten your back, lift your chin, close your lips, and walk away like the storm you are. Your silence will say what your voice never needed to. Silence is strength, not surrender. People often confuse the two because they think power is always loud, always visible, always expressed in shouting, arguing, or defending yourself. But real power is quiet. Real strength breathes calmly. Real confidence doesn't need to announce itself. When you remain silent after disrespect, you are not giving up. You are rising above. You are showing that your worth is too high to be dragged into noise. Imagine this. Someone insults you in front of others. Everyone expects you to snap, to clap back, to defend yourself. But instead, you look at them with calm eyes, you turn your face slightly, and you walk away without a single word. In that moment, the room shifts. People don't think you're weak. They think, wow, they're unshakable. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting the smallness of their behavior and the largeness of your spirit. Because the one who truly holds power doesn't need to fight to prove it. Silence is the language of people who know their worth. Think about a lion. A lion does not roar every time a dog barks. A lion saves its voice for important moments. When you choose silence after being disrespected, you're doing the same thing. You're saying, your words are too small for my energy. This is not surrender. This is self-respect in its highest form. It's maturity. It's emotional intelligence. It's spiritual discipline. It's choosing peace over pettiness. Everyday life gives us examples. Think about the workplace. Someone tries to embarrass you, maybe out of jealousy, maybe out of insecurity. They make a sarcastic comment about your work. You could argue, you could fire back, but you stay silent, keep your head down, and continue succeeding. A few weeks later, your performance speaks for you, your promotion speaks for you, your achievements become your voice, and their disrespect becomes their shame. That's the power of silence. It shifts the weight of guilt onto the shoulders of the one who disrespected you. Or think about relationships. Someone you love talks harshly in anger. Instead of matching their tone, instead of letting your emotions explode, you breathe, stay silent, and walk away to protect your peace. When they cool down, they realize the weight of their words. Your silence becomes the lesson. Your silence says, I won't let your temporary emotions damage my permanent peace. Because sometimes the most powerful sentence you can speak is the one you never say. Another example, imagine standing in a long line at a store. Someone tries to cut you and then snaps at you when you correct them. You feel your blood rising, but you choose silence. You step back. You let the universe handle it. A few moments later, they are the ones who look embarrassed, realizing they were loud, rude, and wrong. Your silence gave them the chance to see their own ugliness. Silence is strength because it proves you are not controlled by the outside world. It proves you are not driven by impulse. It proves you are anchored within yourself. Anybody can argue. Anybody can shout. Anybody can lose their temper. But staying silent requires self-control that most people don't have. It takes power to hold your tongue when your ego wants to speak. It takes wisdom to walk away when pride wants to fight. It takes maturity to choose peace when chaos wants your attention. And here's a truth people forget. Silence makes people uncomfortable. It forces them to think. It forces them to face themselves. When you respond with anger, they can blame you. But when you respond with silence, the only person left to blame is themselves. Silence protects your dignity while exposing their insecurity. Think of it like this. Imagine two people arguing on the street. One is loud, angry, shouting with veins popping out. The other stands calmly, saying nothing. The louder person always looks wrong. The silent one always looks wise. Silence has a way of elevating you, placing you above the chaos. It shows the world that not easily moved, not easily broken, not easily pulled into negativity. Silence is also strategy. Sometimes the right words at the wrong time can destroy everything. Silence gives you time to think, to breathe, to evaluate. Instead of reacting emotionally, you respond intelligently, or you choose not to respond at all. That is strength, that is power. There is a dialogue life teaches again and again. Your silence is not because I'm weak. My silence is because I'm strong enough to choose my battles wisely. And another one, I don't speak when I'm disrespected because my character is not built on their behavior. These kinds of quiet truths reshape your entire mindset. Think of a candle flame. If you blow on it too hard, it goes out. But if you cover it gently, it stays protected. Silence is that gentle protection of your inner flame. You are guarding your energy from winds that don't deserve to touch you. Silence says, I value myself too much to respond to nonsense. Silence says, I don't argue with disrespect, I rise above it. Silence says, I won't waste breath where there is no wisdom. In daily life, silence becomes your shield. You use it at home, at work, in public, online, everywhere. It keeps your mind clear, your heart calm, and your spirit strong. It reminds you that you don't owe anyone a reaction, they owe you respect. Silence is not surrender. Silence is strength. Silence is the voice of people who know exactly who they are and refuse to be shaken by the noise around them. Disrespect reveals their character, not yours. When someone speaks to you harshly, treats you carelessly, or talks to you in a tone that shakes your peace, the first thing you must remember is this: their behavior is a reflection of who they are, not who you are. People often throw their bitterness at others because they don't know where else to put it. They spill their anger, their insecurities, their unhealed wounds onto anyone who stands close enough. But none of that belongs to you. Their disrespect is their story, not your identity. Think about daily life. Imagine you are at work, doing your job with commitment and focus. A co-worker, threatened by your excellence, tries to belittle your effort. They make a rude comment, something like, you think you're better than everyone? And they laugh as if they've exposed you, but in that moment, who have they exposed? Not you, because you were doing your work with integrity. They exposed their insecurity, their jealousy, their desperation to feel superior. That's what disrespect does. It reveals the cracks in the other person's character. Or imagine being in a relationship where someone speaks to you with impatience or irritation even when you've done nothing wrong. If you respond with kindness and calmness, it becomes clear who has emotional discipline and who doesn't. Their disrespect shows the lack of love inside them. It shows their inability to regulate their emotions. It shows their immaturity. Your calmness, your silence, your refusal to react shows your stability. That's why the wisest dialogue you can hold in your heart is this: how someone treats me is their reflection. How I respond is mine. Another daily example. You might be walking in public and someone pushes past you aggressively. Maybe they are frustrated with their own life. Maybe they are overwhelmed by stress they can't control. Maybe they are drowning in their own chaos. Their behavior says nothing about your value. It says everything about their emotional state. People who hurt inside often hurt others without even noticing. Their disrespect is a window into their inner world, a world where there is no calmness, no patience, no healing. Disrespect is always a projection. Think about a person who constantly mocks others, criticizes everyone, or always points out flaws. They sound confident, but that behavior screams insecurity. Confident people don't tear others down. Whole people don't try to break others. Strong people don't need to belittle anyone. So when someone disrespects you, don't think, what did I do wrong? Instead think, what are they struggling with that makes them act like this? That thought alone frees your heart from unnecessary guilt. There's a powerful dialogue hidden inside every disrespectful moment. Your words cannot define me because they were born from your pain, not my truth. And another one, you are showing me who you are, and I will not let that change who I am. These statements remind you that disrespect is not an invitation to lower your character. It is a test to rise higher in your integrity. Think about a school environment. A student might bully another student, not because the victim is weak, but because the bully is fragile. They need control, they need attention, they need power, but the one they bully is often the stronger one, the quieter one, the one who doesn't need to prove anything. So again, disrespect reveals their character, their emptiness, not yours. Or imagine being with family. Sometimes a relative might talk down to you or judge your choices harshly. They might say things like, "You'll never achieve much," or "You're not good enough." But look closer. People who are fulfilled don't discourage others. People who are confident don't mock others' dreams. Their disrespect shows their fear that you may rise higher than they ever did. Their fear becomes their voice, but it doesn't have to become your belief. Even online, when someone leaves a rude comment or throws negativity at you, what does that say about you? Nothing, but it says everything about the loneliness, anger, or frustration living inside them. It reveals their inner storm, not your mistake. The most powerful mindset you can carry is this: their character is on display, not mine. Because when you react with anger, you become part of their chaos. But when you stay composed, you protect your character. You show the world that your kindness is not controlled by their cruelty. You show that your identity is not built on someone else's brokenness. One of the most life-changing realizations is that people speak from the level of their healing or the level of their hurting. A healed person speaks with respect. A hurting person speaks with disrespect. What they say reflects the condition of their heart, not the condition of your soul. So when someone disrespects you in daily life, when a friend betrays your trust, when a stranger snaps at you, when a partner behaves coldly, when a coworker belittles your effort, remember the internal dialogue that frees your spirit. I don't carry their disrespect. I see who they are, and who I am remains untouched. Your peace is priceless. Protect it. In a world where everyone is constantly rushing, reacting, and reaching for attention, your peace becomes your most sacred possession. It's not something you buy, not something anyone gives you, and definitely not something you allow careless people to take away. Peace is the quietness inside your chest when everything outside is loud. Peace is the calmness in your mind when the world demands chaos. Peace is the soft strength that keeps you steady when life tries to shake you. And because it is priceless, it must be guarded like treasure. Every day gives you a moment where you must decide, do I protect my peace or do I let someone destroy it? Think about a morning where you wake up calm, with clear thoughts, your heart steady, then suddenly someone in your house says something rude, something unnecessary, something designed to provoke you. Your first instinct might be to argue back, defend yourself, or prove your point. But the moment you react, your peace starts slipping away. If instead you breathe deeply and say to yourself, my peace is too valuable to lose over this, you rise above. That is when your inner dialogue becomes powerful. I don't have to attend every argument I'm invited to. Imagine being at work. You're focused, doing your tasks with dedication. Then someone who is stressed, jealous, or irritated tries to dump their negativity onto you. They speak in a sharp tone or try to make you feel small. You feel the heat rise in your chest, the urge to respond to match their energy. But here's the truth. Their chaos doesn't belong inside your spirit. Your peace is expensive. Their drama is cheap. And one of the greatest acts of strength is choosing not to let cheap energy disturb your priceless calm. In that moment, you tell yourself, my peace is my priority. Their behavior has nothing to do with my worth. Daily life keeps testing your peace. Think about driving. Someone cuts you off, honks aggressively, or shouts something through their window. That is the universe whispering. Will you protect your peace or give it away in exchange for a moment of anger? You can yell back, chase them, or let your emotions explode. But what do you gain? Nothing. What do you lose? Everything. Your calm, your day, your mental balance. The wiser choice is quiet strength. You keep your hands steady on the wheel and say, my peace is more important than proving anything to a stranger I'll never see again. Relationships are another battlefield where peace is constantly threatened. Sometimes the people closest to you disturb your peace without even realizing it. A partner who raises their voice, a friend who always brings negativity, a relative who criticizes your choices. These moments challenge your emotional boundaries. And protecting your peace doesn't always mean walking away from people. Sometimes it means walking away from their energy. It means knowing when to stay silent, when to step back, and when to say, I won't let your storm destroy my calm. You don't have to absorb everyone's emotions. You don't have to fix everyone's problems. You don't have to bleed to keep others comfortable. Peace is saying, I choose myself even if it disappoints others. Think about social media. Someone leaves a disrespectful comment under your picture or your post. You feel the urge to reply, to clap back, to show them you're not weak. But then a wiser voice inside whispers, why waste your peace on someone who doesn't even know you? When your peace becomes priceless to you, the world loses the power to drag you into foolish battles. You start valuing silence over noise, calmness over chaos, self-respect over temporary satisfaction. Peace also means letting go of grudges, letting go of past arguments, letting go of people who no longer align with your spirit. Holding on to pain is expensive. It costs you sleep, energy, joy, mental clarity. Protecting your peace means releasing everything that drains you. It means saying, I forgive, not because you deserve it, but because my peace deserves to be free. There's a dialogue your soul repeats when you truly understand the value of peace. My peace is not up for negotiation. My peace is not something you can buy or break. My peace is my responsibility. My peace is my power. Even in small moments, peace demands protection. When your phone keeps buzzing with notifications, when someone tries to gossip with you, when you hear something negative, your spirit whispers, guard your peace. Sometimes protecting your peace means turning your phone off. Sometimes it means walking away. Sometimes it means choosing silence. Sometimes it means saying no without guilt. Look at nature for an example. A lake stays calm not because the world around it is calm, but because it does not allow every disturbance at its surface to affect its depth. You must become like that lake, deep, still, centered. People may throw stones of disrespect, negativity, or chaos. But you decide whether to let the ripples reach your inner core. Your peace is priceless. It is the foundation of your mental health, your emotional stability, your spiritual wellness. Every goal you want to achieve, every dream you want to reach, every relationship you want to build, everything depends on the state of your inner peace. That's why you must protect it from anything and anyone who tries to disturb it. Not every insult deserves your energy. Some words are thrown at you not because you deserve them, but because the person throwing them doesn't know how to handle their own emotions. Insults are often tiny darts dipped in someone else's frustration, someone else's insecurity, someone else's unhappiness. And if you allow every single dart to hit your heart, your spirit will become exhausted. True strength is not in responding to every attack. It is in knowing which battles are beneath you. Your energy is precious, your peace is sacred, and your time is too valuable to waste on meaningless noise. In daily life, insults come in many forms. Some loud, some subtle, some disguised as jokes. Imagine you are sitting with a group of people and someone makes a sarcastic remark about your abilities, your appearance, or your dreams. They wait for your reaction. They wait for you to defend yourself. But if you stay calm, if you refuse to give that comment power, something profound happens. The insult falls flat. It dies in the air because you didn't feed it with your energy. Your silence tells them, your words don't touch my worth. That is the highest form of self-control. Another example, think of a colleague who tries to undermine you. Maybe they say something like, oh, you only got that task because you're lucky, or you're not really that good. People just favor you. In that moment, you have two choices. You can argue and let their negativity pull you down to their level, or you can smile gently and carry on. The truth is simple. People who throw insults at you are revealing their jealousy, their fear, their insecurity. Your lack of reaction reveals your maturity. And there is a dialogue you must repeat inside your mind. Your opinion is not my truth. In relationships, insults sometimes come from a place of hurt or misunderstanding. When someone you love says something unkind in anger, you might feel the urge to fire back, to defend yourself, to prove you're right. But giving every insult your energy only enlarges the argument. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is breathe deeply and step back. Your restraint becomes protection. Your calmness becomes the shield that keeps the argument from escalating. Your silence says, I won't let your temporary anger damage my permanent peace. Think about strangers too. People on the street, people in traffic, people in public spaces. Someone may bump into you and blame you for it. Someone may shout something rude in frustration. You could waste your energy on them, but what will it give you? These are people you will never see again. Their words are not worth your time, your thoughts, or your emotion. Rising above them is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is you telling yourself, my energy is too precious to waste on meaningless noise. Online insults are even more common. Someone hiding behind a screen may criticize your posts, your appearance, your opinions. They may type words with the intention to hurt. But responding to every negative comment only feeds the fire. When you ignore insults online, you are saying, your darkness cannot dim my light. People who insult others online do it because they crave attention or because they are empty inside. Your energy is too powerful to be spent on shadows. Even within your own home, insults can appear. A family member may dismiss your dreams saying, you'll never succeed or you're not capable of that. These words hurt, but reacting emotionally often leads nowhere. Instead, let your actions respond. Let your success become the answer. Let your growth become the proof. Some of the most powerful victories come from staying focused while ignoring the voices meant to distract you. One of the most mind-shifting realizations is this. Insults lose their power when you refuse to absorb them. An insult only hurts if you let it enter your heart. If you let it bounce off your confidence, it becomes nothing but noise. You must keep repeating the dialogue. I won't waste my energy on words that do not define me. That mindset transforms you. It makes you steady. It makes you untouchable. It makes you emotionally invincible. Another daily example. Imagine someone mocks your goals by saying, you're dreaming too big, or people like you never reach that level. You could argue, you could defend your dream, but why waste your energy on someone who has never seen the size of your spirit? Their limitations are theirs, their doubts are theirs, their insults are theirs. None of it belongs to you. When you walk away without giving them your energy, you silently declare, just because you can't see my future doesn't mean I don't have one. Insults are like bait. They are thrown to pull you into negativity. But you are not a fish. You are not meant to be caught in every trap. You are meant to rise, to choose your battles with wisdom. When you don't react, you conserve your energy for things that matter. Your growth, your peace, your goals, your healing, your happiness. That is divine intelligence. That is emotional mastery. Sometimes an insult is nothing but a reflection of another person's inner conflict. A person who feels good about themselves does not insult others. A secure person does not belittle others. A healed person does not hurt others. Insults always reveal more about the one who throws them than the one who receives them. So every time someone speaks to you with disrespect, remind yourself, this is a reflection of their character, not mine. I will not give it my energy. In life, you learn that not every battle deserves your spirit, not every comment deserves your pain, and not every insult deserves your energy. The more you protect your energy, the stronger you become. The less you react, the more power you hold. The more you ignore the noise, the more you hear your own voice clearly. Walking away is emotional wisdom. It is not an escape, not a weakness, not a sign that you couldn't handle the situation. It is a sign that you refuse to lower your soul to a level where peace cannot exist. It is choosing clarity over chaos, dignity over drama, and inner calm over outer noise. Walking away requires a strength that many people will never understand. Some think staying and fighting makes them strong, but real wisdom whispers, your energy is too sacred for this battlefield. Every day gives you moments where you must decide, do I stay and argue or do I walk away and rise? Think about a conversation that starts heating up. The voices rise, the tones sharpen, the emotions escalate, and suddenly you feel that familiar fire inside your chest, telling you to defend yourself, to speak louder, to resist. But then another voice speaks, quiet but powerful. This is not worth it. Walking away in that moment is emotional intelligence. It's your spirit saying, I will not let this moment destroy my peace. Imagine you are at work. A coworker tries to provoke you, maybe out of jealousy, maybe out of insecurity. They throw shade, make rude comments, or try to drag you into their negativity. You could bite back, you could confront them, you could spend the whole day arguing, or you could walk away and let your excellence speak later. Walking away doesn't mean you're afraid. It means you refuse to waste your time on something that does not grow you. You choose productivity over pettiness. That simple act becomes your silent strength. Another daily example, you're in a relationship and a heated argument starts. Not every disagreement is worth turning into a war. You feel the conversation shifting into territory that no longer comes from love but from anger. Instead of firing back or saying words you'll regret, you choose to walk away, take a breath, calm your spirit. Later, with a clear mind, the conversation becomes healthier. Walking away saved the relationship. This is emotional wisdom, protecting what matters by stepping back when emotions run too high. Even friendships sometimes require walking away. There are people who drain you, who gossip, who criticize, who bring darkness wherever they go. Staying with them feels heavy. You try to help them, but they refuse to help themselves. Walking away doesn't mean you stopped caring. It means you started caring for yourself. You whisper to your heart, I deserve peace. I deserve respect. I deserve to grow, not shrink. That choice becomes the turning point of your entire life. Think about arguments with family. Family dynamics can be complicated. People talk harshly, misunderstandings happen, emotions rise quickly. When you walk away instead of exploding, you show maturity beyond words. You show that love doesn't mean tolerating disrespect. You show that peace matters more than pride. Walking away can be an act of love for them and for yourself. It gives space, it gives clarity, it gives a chance for healing. Social media is another battlefield. Someone attacks your appearance, your beliefs, your dreams. You can reply, argue, explain, justify. Or you can simply walk away from the comments section. The wisdom here is deep. Not every voice deserves a response. Not every opinion deserves validation. Not every comment deserves your attention. Walking away protects your mental health. It reminds you that strangers do not define your worth. Another everyday example. Imagine a person yelling in public. Maybe a stranger who is frustrated with their own life. They lash out at anyone near them. If you try to argue, you pour fuel on their fire. If you walk away, you extinguish it. You protect your calm. You protect your day. Your spirit whispers, the battle they're fighting is inside them, not with me. Walking away becomes your shield. Walking away also applies to opportunities. Not all of them are right for you. Sometimes you walk away from a job offer because it steals your peace. Sometimes you walk away from a business deal because it conflicts with your values. Sometimes you walk away from the familiar because growth requires distance. Walking away becomes an act of courage. Choosing long-term peace over short-term comfort. There is a powerful dialogue life teaches again and again. I am not afraid to walk away from anything that threatens my peace, my dignity, or my growth. And another truth. Walking away is not giving up, it is leveling up. When you walk away, you choose not to drown in someone else's storm. You choose not to stay where love cannot breathe. You choose not to argue where minds cannot open. You choose not to participate in conversations that tear down your spirit. Think about a scenario where someone keeps repeating the same disrespect. You talk, you explain, you try, but nothing changes. Walking away in that moment is emotional wisdom of the highest form. You are saying, I choose myself, I will not stay where my soul is not safe. Walking away is not an act of bitterness, it is an act of healing. Even in small daily conflicts, walking away is powerful. You're in a grocery store line and someone starts complaining loudly, trying to involve you. You feel irritation rising, but you choose silence. You step aside, you let it go. That is emotional wisdom, protecting your energy instead of proving a point. Walking away teaches you self-respect, it teaches you discernment, it teaches you the art of choosing battles wisely. Anyone can scream, argue, or fight, but only those with emotional wisdom know when to turn their back and walk toward peace. In the end, the truest power you can ever hold is the power over your own emotions, your own reactions, your own peace. The world will pull you, provoke you, tempt you to break your silence, beg you to lose your balance, and pressure you to fight battles that were never meant for you. But the soul deep truth is this. You rise when you refuse to be dragged. You win when you understand that your dignity is louder than any disrespect thrown at you. You grow when you learn that not every voice deserves your attention, not every argument deserves your breath, and not every person deserves a seat in your spirit. There will be days when staying silent feels like swallowing fire, days when walking away feels like giving someone else the victory. But listen closely, your silence is not emptiness, it is elegance. Your calmness is not weakness, it is wisdom. Your refusal to react is not fear, it is mastery. And when you walk away, when you choose peace over chaos, when you protect your energy like the treasure it is, people do not see defeat in you. They see discipline. They see someone who cannot be shaken by noise, someone who is rooted so deeply in self-respect that no insult can uproot them. Life whispers powerful truths to the ones who listen. You don't always have to fight to prove you are strong. You don't always have to speak to prove you are right. You don't always have to stay to prove you are loyal. Sometimes the most powerful move you will ever make is the quiet one, turning your back to the chaos, closing the door softly, and choosing yourself without apology, because the greatest victories are won not by who shouts the loudest, but by who stays the calmest. The strongest warriors are not the ones who fight every battle. They are the ones who know exactly which battles are beneath them, and the most powerful souls are those who refuse to let anyone else's behavior change the goodness of their own heart. You are not here to be consumed by every opinion. You are not here to be broken by every disrespect. You are not here to shrink yourself for people who don't know how to value you. You are here to grow, to rise, to protect your peace, and to walk away from anything that threatens your greatness. The moment you start choosing your mental balance over meaningless conflict, you become unstoppable. So let this be the fire in your spirit. I do not chase validation. I protect my vibration. My silence is a shield. My peace is my power, and my walk away is my wisdom. I am not here to fight every fool. I am here to fulfill my purpose. Every time you walk away from negativity, you walk closer to clarity. Every time you stay silent after disrespect, you speak the language of maturity. Every time you protect your peace, you elevate your life. This is how strong people rise, not through noise, but through discipline, not through reaction, but through control, not through anger, but through alignment with their own worth. And one day, the very people who disrespected you will look back and realize something powerful. They did not lose an argument, they lost access to you. They lost the presence of someone who carried calmness like a crown. They lost the privilege of standing near someone whose silence held more wisdom than their words. So step into your strength with your head high, your heart steady, and your spirit unshakable. Your life becomes magnificent the moment you choose peace over battles, silence over noise, and dignity over disrespect. And remember, your walk away is not the end of the story, it is the beginning of your elevation.